Good evening guys, it's 6:07 p.m. Today is Wednesday and today is October 26th. So trend day up happened yesterday, right, till close, and then Google and Microsoft earnings bring down the price to all the way to close to yesterday's low. So basically that thing screw up, the price action big time. Now going into today, price can go either way, or both ways even, So we are open for trading both sides, either long and short, both we can take, right? But it's really depend on real-time price action, So opening few minutes, we have to wait and see what's going on, and then we can jump on board. So in order to help us, we have to come up with a preferred sellers area, right, as usual, and watch it, backup sellers area, for the targets, preferred buyers area, and then backup buyers area, so those are the areas will help us, and then real-time reading. Okay? So that's pretty much the meat for today, and then we have to realize that Dow and Russell both are holding higher, so they are not supporting sellers yet. Okay, NQ's dream number 491, 515, right? So with that being said, right, so of the open, 45 was important, right? And then I think it was 45 that I said, and 41, two areas I gave of the open to watch. So of the open, we were watching all these things, right? So we were not in hurry to make a trade, right? So we were watching it. So first thing I noticed was, so NQ open here, right? First thing I noticed, NQ open, and we also talked about some index divergences, right? That hey, one guy can go up and other guys can go down. So NQ was going down right at the open, while ES was holding it, so it was here, right here. So ES was holding it here, trying to go up, while NQ was going down. So we cannot do anything. Then NQ went down to this preferred buyers area. This is a preferred buyer area here, right? And it bounced, right? Once it bounced, right, it tried to get a rejection from this yellow line, but it couldn't, and it did a little bit, it couldn't go lower, and then it went higher, right? While ES also went higher to 50. So this was a preferred sellers area, right? So like NQ visited preferred buyers area, ES visited preferred sellers area. Now do you want to short based on ES or go long based on NQ, right? So that was the challenge, and NQ's preferred sellers area was, I think, this area. Hold on, so let me bring this down. This area, right? This entire area, pretty much, right? So if you look at it here, NQ was at preferred sellers area at the time, right? But the damn thing bounced from here. So now you don't know whether you want to trust this bounce for buyers, or when price gets to it, you want to short it here, right? Because ES also at the same time right here, right? So but now then you look at AD, right? It was a bullish disconnect right of the open, and it was filling the gap. Now it is even more muddy. So based on both coming into preferred sellers area, it's a short idea. But then you see before that it visited this area also. So now is NQ as a buyers in it? That's the question, right? If ES is a sellers in it, because the way it went higher after doing this balance, it broke out, right? And there was a bullish disconnect. See, that's my point. Real time is important, right? So now it's not a good idea to short here just because it's filling the gap. It's gonna go down, right? That's not the idea here. Gap will get filled and price goes high all the time, right? Or gets a rejection. But overall, this thing, momentum was higher, AD was rising, it was bullish disconnect. The way NQ came down and bounced, right? They were not supporting short, to my point, However, they were not supporting long either, because the way NQ went down off the open, after holding about this 476, it went down. Something is off, right? So we have to wait, right? But I was not seeing enough strength, for the moment price went down like this, right? And then it bounced, right? Then I said, you know what, sellers, looks like sellers are in control. And then we watched it, right? I wanted to see certain things. that hey, price visiting, when NQ went there and when it was hesitating at 515, right, I said I want NQ to go down below 491, right? So it did here, right here, right here. So I even took a micro short to just try it out right here. When it came down to 50, I saw a bearish AD divergence right here, when it was testing this high right here. So it was a short based on that, but then up to that point, internals and anything else was supporting this idea, the NQ's price action and everything. So I can't short there, with bearish AD divergence, considering the bounce again from here. But if it goes down below 45 or 41, that was a short, right? So instead of waiting, I shorted at 45, to try it out, just one micro. And then I wanted to see price going down, revisiting again this area, as I explained in the Discord, that I want to see it visiting again. Idea was it should break down. It's a failed bullish disconnect. It should break down at that point, It was not a failed bullish disconnect, but if it breaks down, it's a failed bullish disconnect. And then, I can hold it for a earth, So, and also I want to see NQ holding below 491 or 476. But so when it came down here, right here, it was a news time, home sales or something at 10 o'clock, right? So I have a choice to take a profit here or put a break-even stop. News time price can go either way, right? So instead of taking a profit here, I said, what the heck, let me put a break-even stop, right? So I got stopped out. Fine, break-even, not a big deal. But then price broke out above this area like this. See, that was the sign. Now buyers are in control. Now the question is, can NQ breaks above this area? Right? This entire area was important. Right? Ideally, I want to see NQ breaking above this. But after doing all this morning hassle, if it breaks out above this area, it's good enough. Right? But then during the news time, it broke out. Right? But then, it came down and closed right here. See, so that was not a good sign. However, ES broke out and it did not close below this area, key area, right? So ES you can go long here at the pullback if you want to, but you have to trade ES individually. You cannot no longer see NQ or watch NQ, because it was doing like this back and forth, right? So you have to just trust the ES move. Breaking above this preferred sellers area like this, come back down, right? You have to just go long here, put your stop right here, too tight, just tight stop, and you have to try. But it was not a great long in this situation contextually. Otherwise, I would have put a regular arrow here, But because it's individually, it's on its own, ES you have to trade it because of these things, While NQ was doing back and forth, ES was consistently holding this area, right? And this was a decision maker area. So, but then when it went higher, right? This was the area to take profit. Let's say even though if you took a long here, right? This 66 to 73, that was the area to take profit, So when it pulled back here from there, if you see it holding it, right? And then it sized through it, right? So you can't do anything here. Once you take a profit, you're done, Then you have to wait to see whether it takes out this area. So this is a backup sellers area, right? There is no short you can take in ES, neither in NQ at that time. You just have to see whether NQ takes out this area. And actually I guided you also. This trade, where I took it, right, with you guys. I said 525, 540 when it pulls back here. This is the exact time, 10:26, right? And then I think at the time we also talked about ES also. ES pulling back to, I think, I don't know. I forgot about ES, but NQ I remember, So I took 540, 526, and most likely area is 590 is my target, right? That is what I said. So I went out here at 590. This quick 40 and 40, two contracts, 80 points, I got it, right? And then I was out. Then I didn't do anything. Then I said, what? If it has to come down, 540 is the line in sand. I want price to come down to 540 and hold it, right? But 560 going long here, we discussed it. I said it is aggressive to go long at 560, especially when price broke down here, right? So, but anyway, so even it may hold, right? But that was not the idea here to go long. When it went higher here like this and broke out, that was the sign you can go long with the flow, because now NQ is going to run off to 670, which is this area, you know. So you can go long here or wait for a pullback. So I was here still then when price pulled back. Here I said 618 to watch in NQ, 590 to watch in NQ, and ES 70 to 72. That is what I typed in Discord to watch. Right? That is a good area to go long now because it broke out. So that was the good long right here, you know, along with NQ. Since ES pulled back here, that was the good long, going with the flow at that time with the pullback idea. Same thing together, you know, both of them. That was the only good trade for today. And then you can target the next area just due to the way it was moving higher, you know, because of NQ. So now when NQ went to this 704, 716, yesterday's high area, right, you have to take a profit, you know, or you can take a profit right here at 670. Why? Because you never know what's going to happen next. Day looks like it wants to go higher, but then the way this choppiness in the morning, something was off. And I already told you that, you know what, this area 70, 73, sellers can step in, but ESD did not, right? After broke out we took a long, but NQ, this was the similar area as ES, right? Equivalent to 70, 73. So we have to take a profit here and then see if it breaks out above, there will be a pullback long, you know. But instead price did not go through it. It built a balance here like this, right? Then it fall, right? See, that was the sign I said here, right here I said NQ is the killer. Actually in the morning here I said NQ is the killer. If NQ goes down, even though other indexes are strong like this, it can drag all the three indexes together with it, you know. And this is what exactly happened. At the end NQ took over, you know. So when you see this kind of balancing price action and then slice through this, coming back down here, something is off. You should not be going long in ES like this. Somebody asked a question, can I go long here? I said no. This is not a good idea to go long here. However, you can short here. Why? Because we talked about this level 65, you know, in the morning when we took this long, I said ideal stop would be 65, right? So that was a stop. This long worked out, right? And when price came back down here, this is not a good sign for a healthy up market. So when it comes here, right, and then it sliced through 65, that is again a bad sign for buyers. So that's why this short, look at this short right at 65. See, look at the balance here right at 65. See that small balance came back down, come back up. We were mid 65 is a level, right? That was the short, you know, if you want to take it, right? So that was the good short, you know, but not a great short. I would say it's okay, good short, you know, because NQ was testing this pink line at that time, key area. After it broke down, right, again back to this area, it was a good short, you know. And then you can target lower, you know. But those are the trades. Day was tricky today, you know, as I already explained in the morning. Day is going to be tricky, you know. So this longs was good, the short was good, and look at the beauty of it. Both trades are in the similar area, you know, like few points apart. See that, one long here, one short here. Okay? So purely it was a ping pong price action, you know, long and short. People just flipped it back and forth, you know, that's all. And that be all for today. I'll see you tomorrow.